Out.
Just clipped the tin.
11-7, game to Selby. Selby leads 1 game to love.
Another typically attritional rally from these two. That's another particularly good shot of Daryl Selby's, but he got punished that time. It wasn't good enough. Joe Lee was all over it.
Yeah, it was
7-6.
high boast, plenty of time for Lee, but snapped the wrist through. Straight line. Well, nobody wants to go for it, do they? Well, he kind of gave up on that. You see the head jerk of Daryl Selby.
And out. 13-0.
That's a wonderful, wonderful trickle boast.
Yeah, very clever shot
17-15.
from the higher ranked
Game to
player,
Selby.
Daryl Selby.
Selby leads 2 games to love.
Wow.
Again, that's a fantastic touch from Daryl Selby. That backhand side, he absolutely loves playing those drop shots from 3/4 court and off the back wall.
3-8.
Well, we've seen everything on Squash TV over the years, but Joe Lee is making it very difficult now for Selby. Crowd enjoying seeing the younger Englishman.
10-3. Game all.
Pretty tight and accurate, but very attritional game. Now dangerously close to losing this third.
And there it is.
11-9, game to lead.
Daryl Selby
Selby leads 2 games to 1.
looks up to the heavens there, making the unforced error eventually on one of his favourite shots. Again, lovely use of height. It's going to be, oh, that could have been a stroke. That's well played from Lee. 7-10, he's coming back.
7-10.
He's done it. It was clung to the side wall. It wasn't particularly low, but certainly did enough.
11-7.
So a very
17-15.
happy Daryl Selby.
11-7.
Apologise for the pitch of the score call there from the central referee. Just trying to get our sound back in our ears. Well, the battle of the English, 77 minutes. Selby manages to get rid of Joe Lee, the qualifier, 11-7, 17-15, 9-11, 11-7, 3 games to 1. Well, we knew this was going to be a long affair. My co-commentator managing to hit the nail on the head when he predicted a Selby 3-1. That's probably the first time Simon Parker's ever got a prediction right on Squash TV, so good news for him in his entry into the 2015 commentary team. But yeah, 77 minutes. What stood out for me, of course, was the 28-minute second game, but all credit to Joe Lee. He showed a lot of mental strength. There's still plenty for him to work on as he develops his game.
Actually looking a little bit more lively now, as he was breathing very heavily in the middle of this game. Sometimes when you've had a break, you haven't got the fitness. It's just the squash fitness, getting the body used to it. But that's wonderful skill from the Spanish number 1.
And out, 10-7.
Oh, that's fantastic. Great finish there.
11-7, game to Golan. Golan leads 1 game to love.
That's remarkably well straightened there from Golan. Just pretty impressive stuff at this rally. Some great touch from both players, but in the end, the Spanish number 1 was too clever, too fast.
6 love.
A mixture of both, really. Well, you can hear the exertion there from Anima.
11-4, game to Golan. Golan leads 2 games to love.
Well, it's a cracker. It's a great shot from Anjuma, unleashing the fury into the cross-court nick. That's certainly woken up the crowd here, Parky.
And out,
We needed
10-9.
some of that.
Game ball.
Bit of exciting squash to the front. He was perfectly balanced, teed it up well. And that is equally as good. No pace on it whatsoever.
And out.
And
10-all.
more importantly,
Player must
very,
win by 2
very
points. Each
tight
player
to the
has
sidewalk.
1 video review available.
You can't get tighter than that, Parky.
It's one for the purists, that one. I think you enjoyed that one more than the
There's pure
cross-court nick.
tightness, yeah. Oh, he's completely and utterly stitched himself up there. He was off balance playing the ball. It was there to be played.
12-10, game to Anima.
Well, that was a great retrieval from Anima, but the straighten from Golan was even better. And it's still going. And it made it.
Well, he's hitting it back to him.
I'm sure how that ball got to the front wall, and that one.
Oh,
It's wonderful.
He's had an absolute Lionel there, Borja Golan. Complete and utter Lionel. Anjuma had given the ball up, and Golan ended up hitting it straight back
And
to
out.
him and royally stitching himself.
6-all.
There it is, well closed out from
Match to
Golan.
Golan. 3 games to 1. 11-7, 11-4, 10-12, 11-7.
64 minutes, and Borja Golan managing to stop Anjuma. 11-7, 11-4, 10-12, 11-7, 3 games to 1. Well, just having a look at the stats for this match, the second match of tonight's play of this first round. I mean, I have to say, all credit to my co-commentator. He's got this right again. That's 2 in a row, which is unheard of for Simon Park. But a 3-1 victory for Golan. A huge amount of winners, very positive. That showed a bit with the movement of Anjuma, which was slow. It's coming back from injury, as we said. He wasn't moving that well into the front corners, wasn't confident enough. But because the boasts were played at an alarming rate, he started to get better getting into those areas as the match went on. But 26 total winners is a huge amount for Golan.
Talk about flair. That's
Left, please.
that's an unbelievable risk there. It's a pretty good drop shot from Eddie
7-3.
Charlton, but clever improvisation from Nick on the backhand, just using his wrist to straighten it. And that's a bit lucky from Nick Matthew, I have to say. He's having a little wry smile there. Because he actually hit that straight, but it was with the end of the racket. You can see though, he didn't get the strings. And it just went straight out of reach for Charlton. Charlton's playing very well in this rally. Very, very patient. It's quite important that he wins it, really, for his sanity.
And that, you could have seen that coming at that precise point.
Well, it's typical, really. It's probably one of the best points Eddie Charlton's played in this match. And
7-3.
In the end, he loses it.
And it's 5 game balls, 10-5 to go 2-love up, Nick Matthew.
Into Matthew.
An extremely tight drop there from Nick Matthew to go 2-love up. He leaves his opponent, Eddie Charlton, on the court. Nick Matthew really mixing it up here. It does feel as though he's in charge of this point.
It's great retrieving from Charlton. He did well, he lunged well onto that backhand volley.
Feeling the lactic acid. Best point of the game, and Nick Matthew takes it with a forehand drop. It's almost the story of the game.
He's still 3 match balls down. It's just so difficult for even the other top players playing Nick Matthew. He doesn't give anything away. And you can put all of your best shots together in one rally and still lose. But if he does lose 3-love here, Eddie Charlton,
which he does.
He does.
Matthew.
He's not disgraced.
He absolutely has not disgraced himself. So that is 3-love to Nick Matthew, the defending champion here in the East Windsor. And they're having a debate on who is coming off court first. Nick Matthew staying on to speak to our MC. He wins 3-love. 11-4, 11-5, 11-7. That's in 38 minutes. And as you can see from the point score, Eddie Charlton, far from disgracing himself, actually improved as the game went on, really putting Nick Matthew under some proper pressure towards the end of that third game. But it was all too much, and the reigning champion takes his first round game. And we're just taking a quick look at the match stats off that 38-minute long first round match, and in fact quite a few errors comparatively from Nick Matthew. He has 10 to Eddie Charlton's 11, but it's uncharacteristic of him to make really any errors at all in his Windy City final, which he won, of course, against Mohamed El Shabaghi. He famously only made 2 errors in the entirety of the last 2 games, which was an astonishing performance from Nick Matthew. But it's the sort of thing that we're starting to expect, or continue to expect, from the world number 3. And he takes that match with a good array of winners as well.
I mean, look at that. There was no fear there whatsoever. Absolute roller on that backhand.
Nothing Adrian Waller could do, and Faraz Asuki has 7 game balls.
11-3, game Asuki.
That was not what we were anticipating as a first game.
That is just wonderful squash from Asuki. He's reading Waller like a book, unfortunately for the Englishman, and that is a perfect width.
Down.
And that's that. 11-4.
11-4.
Faraz Dasuki absolutely, if it's not unfair to say, wiping the floor with an Adrian Waller that is not playing his best.
He's just not getting many chances.
Oh, lovely disguise, lovely disguise. And the Canary Wharf crowd love that. That is what they want.
Well,
Come
look
on.
at the first pickup there from Dasuki. It was phenomenal, but Waller did well to use his wrist and flick it straight.
Outrageous, and it's 10-5 to Faraz Dasuki. He has 5 match balls
10-5
against
match ball.
Adrian Waller, and the predictions are going out of the window this evening. Oh, what a fitting point.
Stroke to Dasuki.
Two ends on.
11-5. Game
That's-
to Dasuki.
And Faraz Dasuki takes that final point on a stroke. In some ways representative of the tight corners that he's been putting his opponent into.
11-5.
As we hear from the umpire, that ends after 34 minutes only. Half an hour, just over half an hour. 3-love. Faraz Dasuki takes it. 11-3, 11-4, 11-5. A point extra per game for Adrian Waller, but really outclassed by the Egyptian. He had twice as many winners in that match as his opponent, Adrian Waller, and Adrian Waller had almost twice as many errors as Faraz Dasuki. But one of the really crucial things to that game was the lets and no lets. You see there at the bottom, Faraz Dasuki had 4 strokes and several no lets given in his favour.